Please call the roll.
Do you want to do the pledge?
What do we
just
do the
first?
pledge first?
Oh, we can do the pledge first, but it says call the order. Or is that just me ordering?
No, it's
that?
backwards.
All right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We will kind of keep our district mission statement at the forefront of promoting lifelong learners through real world experiences, focusing on academic excellence, successful staff, resource management, and community relations. Now, please call the roll.
Silva.
Here.
Fields. Here. Pagan.
Here.
Boyd. Here. Dominic.
Here. All right, thank you. Anything to add to the agenda, or may we go ahead and approve it, please?
I'll make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Pagan.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All right, open forum. Is there anyone here for open forum? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent items. Any questions, comments, or otherwise?
I would make a motion to approve. Do we want to pull out a couple of retirements though?
Yes.
So I'd make a motion to approve all, and then go ahead and pull out the 2 retirements.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Fields.
Aye.
Pagan.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All right, we have two retirees.
Sean Thompson, elementary PE teacher, and Michelle Wilkening, who's one of our elementary kindergarten teachers. Each have 32 years of experience and service. Is it all with this Greene County?
I think so. East Green.
Yeah.
East Green and Greene County. So 64 combined years of experience between those two. Big shoes to fill for both of them. So, and just absolutely want to thank them. And we'll probably do so on Saturday.
All right, does anyone want to allow them to retire?
No.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2 resignations.
I'll second that. You have a motion, a second, please call the roll.
Silva.
Aye.
Pagan.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All right, there is no old business, so moving on to reports and correspondence.
Yeah, just one big congratulations to Coach Kirk Davis, who just got his 250th career dual win for wrestling. So that's pretty awesome. So I believe we have 3 kids ranked right now for wrestling, which is great. So just speaks to some great work that's going on with our wrestling program. So I just want to give him a little bit of a mention there. So. Otherwise, we are not doing student and staff recognition this month just because of the short turnaround between our last board meeting and then having a Christmas break there. So we'll pick that back up in February.
That's good. Any other board committee reports?
Talk about property.
Talk about what?
Should we mention property that we met?
Property?
Facilities.
Facilities. There you go.
Real careful. on that one.
Not property.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, our facilities group met earlier this week and just kind of talked through results of a survey that we had that Mr. Rapids had sent out in, I think, April.
Yeah, it was on.
It's been a while, but just asking the staff and at all 3 buildings, kind of what their concerns were with the facilities. You guys remember this? Yeah. So Brett had gone through and made a kind of a combined list from each of the requests per building, per kind of functional group, and put some estimated dollar amounts on them that we're going to get a little more fleshed out before we present next present next meeting to kind of get our to-do list for the rest of this year. And then we had a really good email from Ken regarding the number of seats we need or
Toilets.
bathrooms, facilities at Lendeska Field, and we're able to, as long as we can justify the amount that we are proposing, we don't have to do the 19 women, 10 men that they had initially said that we needed. So that's
We just need like their official confirmation of all that before we actually go ahead and actually start making plans and, get a GC and all that other stuff. So
So as we start to move forward with that, because it's revamping anything over there, I mean, that project has gone anywhere from like, let's just do bathrooms to let's do bathrooms, concession stand, and grand entrance and the plaza and all, there, like we could spend a lot of money there. So what we've kind of talked about is maybe forming a sort of a committee that would include some boosters, maybe some coaches that are out there, us and some community. I don't want to get too big because then it becomes non-workable. But just to get a little more feedback, so it's not us, the board, deciding that we're going to spend, $250 to $700 million on something. That's a big number. Big numbers.
Bill Brian Denny out there.
But just so we can get some input from the public about, what they would like it to look like. I think we'd be fine with let's just build 6 bathrooms and we'll call it good. But I'm not comfortable making that decision with just us, with it being that amount of money, with it being that much of a forward facing, here's Greene County. So we'll kind of start with that and then see if what we need to do next is reach out to engineers and architects to design something for us, or if amongst ourselves we can come up with a plan and, whether we need to go out for big bids or if we've got local folks that can help out. So just, that would be my proposal on how to move forward with that. So
what would you see as the timeline when you?
I think it's going to kind of hinge on exactly when we get approval from the state to be able to move forward with anything like that. And then once we have that, then we kind of decide from there. So whether that's something else we take on this summer, I mean, our list of our summer projects is going to be pretty long as it is. So I'm not saying that as a deterrent, but so we already have some planned upgrades for Lendeska yet this summer. So we'll see. We've talked about it for a really long time, so it's time to get.
and that was a very common theme in
The survey.
the survey.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Good deal. Any other committee reports? All right, administrative reports. Is there anything that the administration team would like to share? I'm going to start asking that question. You don't have to, but if there's something you really want to share with the group to really hear it and that it's broadcasted out, I would like your input. One thing I noticed was kudos to Karen Shannon for emailing all students who were not passing the class. That I think means a lot when it comes from their principal. So good job on that. And then what is a book vending machine? And that goes to Miss Highnote.
So we would love to have, it's just like a vending machine, but they have books in it and we get to kind of customize the sizes of books that we could have because we have kids reading chapter books and kids reading picture books. So, but it's full of books and we have some ideas on how we want to utilize that at school. Like we give them a book for their birthday. All the kids get a book for their birthday. They all get a book before our major breaks. So just, those are some ideas on how we want to utilize that. But we've worked with Kiwanis, actually for a couple of years and just trying to secure the funding for that. So they have pledged to donate, some money for that vending machine. And then it would really be a way, like right now, when our kids pick a book during our major breaks, they're just all laid out on tables. I mean, which is fine, but we could load all of those in a vending machine and they could, it's just, yeah, it's a way to create some excitement for you.
Isn't there tokens?
And there's tokens,
like they
yes.
could
So
earn
we've,
Tokens, yeah.
yeah, so it could be an incentive, they could earn it somehow. We would want everybody to have a chance, multiple chances a year to use it, no matter if they earn it or not, but that could be some kind of, yeah.
Cool.
So would not be snacks, it would be books.
Thanks for the brain.
Right.
Also at the elementary, we have 6 student teachers this semester. We have 4 from Iowa State, 1 from UNI, and then another from Grand Canyon. So
How do we go about getting something here?
No, I had something else.
How, do they choose to go here? Do you go out and kind of?
Well, I have been in contact with the with the supervisors from Iowa State. And I've worked pretty closely with Casey at Iowa State to get some student teachers. Kara and I went in October to like a career fair or a job, fair mock interviews first. So first, students that were currently student teaching. So that is one way that they know about us, and the supervisors know that, like I said, I've worked with them. We've helped them out in a pinch and things like that. So we've had student teachers from Buena Vista. We don't this year, but we have UNI is on there. We have some from UNI this year.
We have one from Lutheran at the high school. One from
Okay.
Lutheran and one from Iowa State as well.
We have 2 from Iowa State for the full 16 weeks, and then we have a 8-week coming in March.
It's awesome.
So we actually have memorandums of understanding with Buena Vista, UNI, Iowa State, Grand Canyon, Luther, and I think there's one more. I can't remember the other one though. But I know for sure we have those 5 where we're a host site for them. So this will be probably a common theme as we go.
It's awesome.
And then Audrey, Karen, and I are already registered to go back to Iowa State to their big job fair. So kind of just do that recruiting.
Thank you.
I just have a couple comments. One is another kudos for Mrs. Shannon, the wellness challenge.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds fun. So
Yeah.
that was good. And then about the email about the students that failed, they're failing a course or they failed the course?
Well, so we have semester tests this week.
Okay,
And so,
this week. So,
starting late last week, and it took some time, but
sure.
starting last week, I would send an email to the guardian and the student that were failing a course if it was like within reach of them passing, right? So the hope is we have all kids, pass all of their classes, and so I made sure that the parents understood what the schedule looks like for our finals tests today and tomorrow, that there's remediation time built into those, so that if their kiddo is needing some extra help or time, the teachers are available for that. So it was really just it was really just about trying to encourage them to prepare for finals, to know the opportunities to get extra support these last few days of the semester. And for the most part, I had positive.
Yeah, that's great. How, so students that are failing or fail a class, how does that affect their extracurricular?
Well, Dave could maybe talk to us a little bit more, so pipe in if I miss saying it. But grade checks are done every 3 weeks. So every 3 weeks that is checked if they're failing a course. The first time is kind of like it's a kind of a warning, kind of put on a probationary, and they are responsible for setting up a time with the teacher to get the help that they need, kind of set up an intervention, make arrangements. And at the end of when the next 3 weeks rolls around, if they're still failing, then that's when they become ineligible. and then they won't be able to participate. Although at the end of the term, Dave, Iowa High School Athletic Association has a requirement that if you fail a class, you have to sit out for, is it 30 days?
It's been changed to 20 calendar days this
20.
year.
Okay,
So it's a semester, the semester grade, if it's failing, that's when the state rule kicks in. And we can't, I mean, that's,
sure.
we
Yeah.
can't make adjustments on that. They pretty much set the dates and
Yeah.
everything, so.
Good, thank you.
Anything else?
I will say, because I want to bring it out anytime I have an opportunity, we still have an opening industrial tech for construction, woods, home maintenance, and that's a really tough one to fill. There was only one teacher that graduated from UNI last year, and that one. And it's just, we're not alone. Like, there's a shortage, because everybody that knows if you have a skill set, you can make a lot more money outside of education. But it doesn't mean that we don't want to still really try to fill that. So if you, the community, whoever might be listening for a while with this, you guys, if you hear of anybody that would be interested, you know, that vacancy is huge for some of our kids that really, and the trades are really huge, and I feel like we just have a gap that we need to fill. It's just a challenge. So if you know of anybody or hear of anybody, don't be afraid to send them my way. Even if you think they might say no, let me know of it and I'll reach out to them.
I would just add one more thing. I sure appreciate the letters, the monthly letters the principals send, that you connect them into this. So thanks for doing that.
Alrighty, any other reports or correspondence? All right, we will move on to new business, school driving permits.
All right. So for all you folks here today that would like a school driving permit, looking at my list, what I'd like you to do, we'll just start with Sophia. We'll start with you and just go down the list. Just stand up, introduce yourself, and tell us why you would like a school permit.
I'm Sophia First. I'm here to get a school permit because I live by Spring Lake. And I heard that it's also for work as well, and I have a job and I'm saving up to go to college, and I need a permit to be able to do that.
Great, thank you. William.
I'm William Thorpe, and I live 15 miles away from school, and I think it'd be more beneficial for me and my family, so that my mom wouldn't have to drive into school every day and drop me and my brother off. And then I could get a farm permit and then do work for farmers, so it'd be more beneficial for me too.
Okay, Mia.
I'm Mia Murphy, and I need a school permit because my sister usually takes me to school and we're involved in different extracurricular activities. So like for some of my classes, I need to go to school earlier, and she's usually doesn't need to do that.
Logan.
2 miles.
Hi, I'm Logan Binkley, and I would need a permit because I have football. So during the football season, I usually need to get rides to get over to the field. And also after the season, I have to drive to morning weightlifting every single day. So it'd be beneficial for me to be able to have one.
Jonas.
My name is Jonas Woodley, and I think that I would benefit from a school permit because so my mom has to drive to the high school and the middle school to drop my family off, and sometimes that makes me or my brothers slightly late to school. So I'd rather not be late to school, and I also have a job. So
All right, Anna.
I'm Lana Silbach, and I want a school permit so I can drive me and my brother to school. And also during the volleyball season, I can drive home to a practice when my parents are at work. And I also have a job, so then I can drive to work after school.
Okay. And Ella.
I'm Ella Hoffman. I live 10 miles away from school, and I'm involved in sports, so it'd be easier if I can.
Excellent. Okay, so you should all have a form from the DOT that you've filled out. We're gonna highlight just a couple things on here to make sure you are aware of them, but it is up to you and your adults to make sure you know all of the rules and regulations regarding this permit. So, as a lot of you mentioned, you can use this for a job as well, but your restriction, whether it's driving for a job or for school, is 25 miles. So you can't drive beyond 25 miles away. And you can use that permit, like we said, for school, for driving from the high school to the middle school, or for any extracurricular activities. You can use it if you would want to drive to a school bus stop. Probably not likely. And you can use it if you need to get fuel. So if you're driving for school purposes only and you're coming from the east side of Jefferson, getting fuel in Scranton is probably going to be frowned upon. As far as when you can drive an hour before and an hour after a school event. And I'm going to kind of focus on the school event things more than work related. So if practice or you need to catch a bus that's leaving at 7 a.m., you can be on the road as early as 6. If the bus doesn't get back till 10:30, you need to be back home by 11:30. So if you drive outside of those hours, then you could get in trouble. Riding in the vehicle with you can be one other passenger who is not related to you, like living in your household related to you. And your friend that rides with you, they have to get in the vehicle with you at your house. You don't stop and pick them up along the way. They've got to get in the vehicle with you. And everybody in the vehicle has to wear a seatbelt, front seat, back seat. Everybody has to wear a seatbelt. If they don't have a seatbelt, you get pulled over, you get a ticket. And if you get a ticket, you could lose your license for up to 3 months. You lose your school permit. And you'll have to wait 3 months before you can get your full-on driver's license. If you get pulled over again, it's another 3 months. So now you're waiting 6 months to get your regular license. So just don't get in trouble. So this is the main form. This is the form that we're gonna sign for you tonight after we approve it. But there's another form that you have that's gonna list the locations where you are eligible to drive. And this one I think is supposed to be in the vehicle with you, so that if you would ever get pulled over for some reason, they can see that yes, you are, yes, I can be here because this is where I work, or I'm on my way to work, kind of thing. And if you don't have that other paper, we don't need it tonight, but you can pick it up at the treasurer's office when you go to get your school permit. So with that, I would make a motion to approve the school permits for our 8 students listed on the board.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Silva. Abstain. My daughter's getting one, hopefully. Threw me off. I should have warned you.
Okay, Fields, aye. Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Davenbeck.
Aye.
Okay, so now if you bring your paper up here, Cindy will sign it.
And then by law, you're required to stay for the
Then you have to stay for the rest of the
Yeah.
meeting.
Which one?
Sign it. That's what we should do. Let's sign it after.
Yeah.
Sign it after.
So we should just make driving permits last.
No.
Right.
Yes, middle one.
Especially
Yeah.
when there's a lot. And then they have to tell the two things that are
Yeah, that's the camera.
Very nice. I'm gonna be right back. I don't think my kids got picked up. Hold on just a second.
Okay, you're fine.
Oh, you drink that?
I made mine walk.
I don't think that's an option for them.
Oh, I got one.
No.
You sure? I haven't even opened it.
Do you have a car yet, Logan?
Yeah.
What do you drive?
My dad, he got my grandpa's 1969 C10 for me.
Guys in your car is always so cool. You driving the truck? The red van?
No. Anything that moves with wheels, right?
No, she's a little pickier than
The vehicle with precious flowers.
This is.
I do. A
This
classic
is
truck.
the old
She
one.
did that?
You know, it's like a 1966 Chevy.
Okay.
It starts so loud.
So
She's got
if
this
you
little
go
Toyota
and
with
get the
like
new
a
updated form, you can get it from the courthouse. And then bring it back in and I can sign them. Just our typical process is that our board president signs them. So, or you can send me an email, I'll come up to the high school and sign up for you or whatever, just, that's just not the right one. So if you see the ones that everybody else has, I don't know how you got the wrong one, but we'll get it done for you.
Yep.
Okay? How are you doing?
Good, yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Are you responsible parent or?
Grandma,
See.
but she remembers, she's there now.
If you were only here for your driver's license, you do not have to stay if you really don't want to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things. And
Wow.
so exciting that it leaves our administration team and reporters.
Exciting people that want to hear what.
Want to know, thank you, thanks for being here.
There's probably about 50, 60 people online.
Big deal right there. All right.
Fundraiser requests. And there was an additional one. Any comments? Questions?
I would move to approve the fundraiser requests.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Silva.
Aye.
Fields. Aye. Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Davidic.
Aye. All right, the 2024 softball, baseball contracts.
Which we are still looking for a middle school girl, or obviously girls, middle school softball.
That's open.
And otherwise, we have this exact same coaches as last year. So Kyle Stalder is our head coach and Tom Kennedy for softball.
Any comments? Someone like to make a motion to approve the contracts?
I would make a motion to approve the contracts for the baseball and softball coaching positions.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Silva.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Davidic.
Aye. All right, moving on, the SBRC request for administrative costs.
Yeah, so we do this every year. So the Grandwood and Woodward Academy are two. They're two day schools where we do have students that go, and by law they are allowed to charge administrative costs, and they kind of pass those off based on enrollment, based on the number of kids that we have there, and then that's how they get two amounts. So we have one for Grandwood, which we have. How many students do we have at Grandwood?
Two.
Two.
Two of both.
Two each. Okay. And then we'll have to have two separate motions, one for Grandwood and one for the Woodward Academy. So they're two separate dollar amounts as well.
And the motion is on the,
It's
in the orange.
highlighted in orange. Yeah.
I make a motion to request the school budget review committee approval for special education administrative costs to be billable for the Grandwood Consortium, Greene County Community School District, share being $13,937.87.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Fields. Aye. Silva.
Aye.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Davidic.
Aye. All right, for Woodward Academy.
All right. I would make a motion to request the school budget review committee approval for special education administrative costs to be billable for the Woodward Academy Day School Consortium, Greene County Community School District, share being $8,312.55.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Fields. Aye. Silva.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Davidic.
Aye. All righty.
What makes it, so we have two facilities that we use. Is it just based on availability that we determine which student goes where, or do they serve different
It's
purposes?
actually mostly about the needs of the student.
Okay.
Both of those facilities serve different capacities of the need.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. E, agreement with Heartland's AEA for provisions of special education services for the 25-26 school year.
Yeah, so this is obviously going to be a change for us because currently we send all of our flow-through dollars to the Prairie Lakes AEA. So with the change in law that happened last year, the Department of Ed now gives school districts the flexibility with where they want to send their special education flow-through dollars. So just to clear up some misconceptions on that is that so special education services will obviously still be provided within our schools. All the same services that our students are currently receiving through OT, PT, speech, vision, and all of that, like our support that we get for our administrators and all that, that will still continue. It's just going to be offered with Heartland now. The law states that we have to send 90% of those flow-through dollars to an AEA, and we do have to declare which AEA that's going to be if we're going to switch. I reached out to Cindy Yellick, who's the chief administrator for Heartland in early November, and inquired about the process of us moving our services to Heartland. And she said it was as simple as me, reaching out and contacting her. The DE has now come back and said that they do need an agenda item and a motion with minutes from the requesting school districts to make that make that sort of thing final. Our belief is that our move to Heartland, it's about service for students, and that's really what it comes down to. We just think we have a greater opportunity with Heartland. We've actually already had to go outside of Prairie Lakes twice this year already for different trainings that Prairie Lakes just isn't offering. So one of them was for some special ed law training for all of our administrators, which was fantastic. And then we also did something with our counselors for the comprehensive guidance plan, which was actually through Heartland. The training for special ed for our administrators was through Central Rivers. So, and I've had 4 years of experience within my career with Heartland and have nothing but fantastic things to say about them. Their offices are actually closer than Prairie Lakes offices, if that counts for anything. So certainly not the sole reason for the move, but again, it just comes down to access and support for our kids and our teachers. So with that, then I would ask that you guys approve our move to Heartland, and it's for the provision of special education services. And so the motion is essentially what the agenda item says.
I will motion to approve the agreement with Heartland AEA for the provision of special education services for the 2025-2026 school year.
I'll second.
Before you go ahead, I just have a question. So there's no written agreement. It's just a
Not
verbal agreement.
Yeah, not right now.
Yep.
They don't have anything
Okay.
official. They just, like I said, they need an agenda, a motion, and minutes.
Great. Sounds good.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Fields. Aye. Boyd.
Aye.
Silva. Aye. Rickhagen.
Aye.
Dunban.
Aye.
Question here.
Could we have those reasons for the switch in the minutes?
Sure.
In the proceedings?
Sure.
Item F, the train service agreements.
Yeah, so we have two separate agreements. When we come down to it, we can make it all in one motion. The one is for the building automation system service agreement. Since we have started to work with Nick Turhall with Optimized Systems, we've had monthly meetings with Train or Doug Stevens, I believe is his name. So Doug, Nick, Adam, Snowgreen, and I meet virtually once a month and talk about that whole big long list of things that Nick found. You'll notice that on the building automation system service agreement that it's actually zeroed out. That is one of their ways that they're sort of giving back to us for the issues that we have had to deal with as a result of their installation to begin with, and then just some issues and errors that have been caught up as they've been switching and changing out their service providers to us. So that's one of their kind of reach outs. I think I can firmly say that since we have started this process and we've had that kind of that accountability meetings, or just kind of really check-in meetings, that things have been going much better in terms of like the actual service that they're providing. So there's that, and plus then there's the NHVAC service agreement that they are doing there as well, and those are for a full calendar year. So even though the one is zeroed out, we would still obviously need to sign it. I know it's under the threshold of with what actually needs to be board approved, but I felt it was important, just given all the issues that we've had with the high school, to kind of publicly mention that.
All righty, does anyone have anything additional to say or make a motion for both agreements?
I would make a motion to approve the BAS service agreement and the HVAC service agreement with Greene.
I'll second it.
Motion and second, please call the roll.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All righty, moving on to the first amended reading board policy. We have 401.1 and 401.15.
Yeah, we just got some updates in the most latest brief from the IASB, just about adding the address for the Office of Civil Rights. So that is the only change. But I figured we might as well just
And we
get it in there and get it done.
do
So,
them together.
yeah, we can do them together.
And the other one, we just added volunteer.
Oh, yeah, the word volunteer. Is that also, does that one also have the Office of Civil Rights? Oh, no, it's just, that's right. It was to add the word volunteer, so that I think the rationale there was so that they weren't leaving anybody out, even though it says any school employee volunteer. So actually, I don't think we even need to approve 401.15 because it's not a change, because it already says volunteer.
Oh,
It says any
It
school
is.
employee, volunteer, contractor, or agent shall not
Second
exist.
sentence.
Shall not assist another.
Oh.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
actually,
see
no.
how they're adding it to the next list.
It is correct though, because it's saying that even a volunteer can assist another volunteer, so never mind. Disregard.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve amended reading board policies 401.1 and 401.15.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, please call the roll.
Boyd.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All right, board policies 100 through 107.
We just made just a couple of minor adjustments. 101.1, we renamed to district strategic priorities and goals, and just have our district's diagram there of our strategic priorities and our goals underneath each of those four. And then there was one, I believe, in 105C to have it say 180 days, and then we cleaned up the link there. So
Oh, that's good, because that was.
Jill cleaned up that link, so it'll actually be like a hyperlink to the form instead of that all the.
And it's actually on the live link now too. On
Yeah.
the board
Oh,
website.
but- oh, okay.
Nothing crazy. Still got service animals. Anybody needs a mini horse? Just throwing it out there.
I make a motion to approve the board policy 100 to 107.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second, please call the roll.
Rip Hagan.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Boyd.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye. All righty.
Oh.
Will
One
not.
more question. Is the current representative from our sub-region on Prairie Lakes from the Greene County District?
I don't know who that is. Would you guys know who that is?
Who represents our sub-region in Prairie Lakes AEA? Is it somebody from our district?
I'm not sure.
Like a local stakeholder, you mean?
I was on the Prairie Lakes board,
Mhm.
and I was chosen by the school boards in the region. It includes Baden Sudan, Southern Calhoun, and so forth. I was just thinking, if it is somebody from our region, it might be better if it were somebody from a region, from a school that's gonna be represented for services by Prairie Lakes. I mean, special education provides 90% of the services, and if we're gonna be served by Heartland, the Prairie Lakes might wanna have somebody who's from a district other than ours.
The person on the board that represents Greene County also represents East Sac, Madison, Northwest Webster, Cape Jan, Shaler, Crestline, and South Central Calhoun. It's Janice Harbaugh.
Yeah, she's from our district. Okay, just a suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, we'll go ahead and adjourn. Thank you.
Come on.